Menorca is one of my favourite places, so this year, when I got the chance to go back for a week's holiday, I took the opportunity with open arms. Fishing naturally had to play a part in it, and this is the story of how I got on.
Well, I'm down in Calablanca again, over in Menorca, and it is such a contrast to Britain. When I left Britain it was pouring with rain, the flight was delayed by fog, just horrible. I'm here, first day of a week's holiday, and as I look around it is just wall-to-wall blue sky. So I'm down at Calablanca again, but I'm on the opposite side of the cove. Gone along from there a little bit, up on top of the rocks, and I'm just going to have a go and see what actually happens, what I can get just here. So I'll be looking for things like bream. I'll be looking later on in the holiday to see if I can catch a barracuda on fly. Big unknown, that one. They might not even be here. Apparently they come in September and it's only the beginning, so we shall see. But for today I'm just going to have a little bit of fun, so hopefully there'll be a few fish caught. We shall have to see. I'm just going to use ordinary peeled prawns for bait. Last time I bought langoustine and then I ended up, to catch the fish, I ended up peeling them anyway. So this time I figured it's about a quarter of the price to buy a few peeled prawns, so why not do that? And I've remembered my bait elastic this time, so hopefully it'll be good. We shall see. Okay, so the tackle I'm using today, last year I used a T-knot. This year I've gone one stage further and I'm using the T-booms that I invented. So I'm going to start a little 2-hook paternoster, and I'm going to put quite a nice chunk of peeled prawn onto the hook. Now, one thing I learnt last year is that if you leave it like that, it won't stay on there terribly long. So this year I've remembered my bait elastic, so I'm just going to take this, I'm going to push the hook through a bit. I might actually cut that into two because it's quite a thick prawn. So I'm going to push the hook through this. A lot of the fish last year had little mouths, so I'm using quite small hooks. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to albeit very clumsily, whip this onto the hook. It flakes so badly. Last year we had awful problems keeping it on. The fish were just ripping it off in seconds. So I'm hoping that a bit of bait elastic this year will make a difference. We shall see. So I shall put the longer hook on the bottom, and then I'm going to take another piece, again quite a small hook, which I'm going to pop into there, curve through, and again just going to hold that for a second. Bring that up the trace a bit. Whip that on. So we got a bit of bait on both hooks. Let's see how that does.
For end tackle, I decided to use 2 T-booms. They're dead simple to make, and if you haven't seen it already, my T-boom video will show you exactly what to do. They work ever so well, and they're ever so cheap. Another thing is that because the tides at Menorca are so small, some occasions I've seen them where there's only a foot between the high tide and the low tide, you can get away with much smaller leads than you can in England. 1/2 ounce, 1 ounce, and that's only for casting. You could probably get away with drop shot leads. I know I have on occasion.
Oh well, something coming up.
Got something that time. Let's see what we got. One of the famous island residents. They fight out of proportion to their size. It's a nice little painted kuma, such a pretty fish. Whoa!
For the next hour, it was more of the same, as the mark seemed to be infested with a little painted kuma. An occasional rainbow wrasse, but painted kuma were by far the majority of the fish caught. It was time to try somewhere else. Before I try somewhere else, I'm going to make myself a little impromptu baiting tool, just cut from a piece of plastic, like a plastic bottle. I think it'll come in handy. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you would like to subscribe, that would be very much appreciated. Just click on the YouTube link below the video. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.